Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on? TikTok, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Queen Ray, what's going on? Daily Elevation, what's going on? Big homie, you in here early, I see. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, good morning. Paulina's in the building. Good morning, good morning. Love you, love Jesus is in the building. Hey, what's up, Ann? So good to see you. So good to see you. Mental health and well-being. What's up, Coach? So good to see you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Muhammad, my brother, so good to see you. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Cupcake. I appreciate that. Kiki's in the building. Thank you, Cupcake. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Moni Love. What's up, Moni? What's up, Megan? So good to see you. Boston's in the building. Yeah. Awareness. Awareness is the best thing in the history of the planet. Because it's you. So to say that it's not would be to say that you're not, which it's really just you. That's what's so crazy about it. Here to serve. What's up, my brother? So good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Northern's in the building. Northern, I need to come find you somewhere. You've been MIA. Noez is in the building. Sophie, what's up, mama? So good to see you. That part right there, Stacy. Lisa, so good to see you, mama. Good morning. Yeah, awareness is just you. It's the best thing in the world. And to say it's not the best thing in the world would be to say that you're not the best thing. It's really just you. It's nothing else. It's nothing else. It's just you. That's all it is. And most people haven't, because they haven't been really studying self-awareness, or they're not, maybe you're not that high up on the mountain yet with respect to self-awareness, so maybe you don't understand that, but it's really all about you. That part right there, Paulina, single player game. That's it. Yeah, you guys, let's get the likes up so that we can get the medicine out. Let's get the likes up, please, so that we can get the medicine out. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome, love. That's awesome, love. That for me, that's the reward right there. That's the reward. When I hear things like that, that's the reward. How many of you guys are growing, changing, transforming, becoming stronger since you've been a part of my live streams? How many of you guys are experiencing that? Because I don't know, I don't know what impact I have on you guys. If you don't share it, I'll never know it. Yeah. Yep. Hey, Destiny, so good to see you. So good to see you. Yep. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Again, let's get the likes up, you guys, so that we can get the medicine out. Self-awareness is our birthright, but no one has ever told us that. I appreciate that, April. No one has ever told us that, and I think that's where the problem starts. That's where the problem starts. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Divine Angel, thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you for that. I appreciate that more than you know. Silver CEO was in the building. So happy to have you. So happy to have you all. All right, let's get busy. Getting busy. Let's get busy getting busy. I appreciate that, you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you for getting the live out. D, what's up, D? So good to see you. I know you're showing up. That's one thing I know. I don't know anything else. I know that. I'm a life coach. And I apologize, you guys, because I haven't, I say that I'm a life coach, and that's a label that I place on myself, but I'm so much more than that. But just to point your mind in a particular direction, I'm a life coach. So I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery. I've helped people, tens of thousands of people all over the world, to transform themselves into the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness: How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book has changed and transformed people's lives all over the world. A lot of those people are on this live as we speak. And so that's who I am. Again, you know, to say that I'm a life coach, it's really disrespectful to what I do, but I don't have any other label, right? Most people don't really know what self-awareness is. They think they do, but they really don't know. And I'm sure a lot of my students will attest to that, that they thought that they were either self-aware, or they thought they knew what self-awareness was before coming into my community and before our paths crossed, only to discover and understand that they weren't self-aware at all. And that's a beautiful thing, because they're on that journey now. Now they understand, you know, and that's the only thing that's important. It's the only thing that's important. It doesn't matter when you start, just start, right? Start that process and that journey of becoming the greatest and most powerful version of yourself. Self-awareness is so much. First of all, no one can describe what it is. There's not a person in human history that can describe what it is. Can I give you my concepts about what self-awareness is? All day long. I can give you concepts, but no one can describe what you are. There's not a person in human history that can describe what you are. There's not a person in human history that can describe what God is. There's not a person in human history that can describe what love is. There's not a person in human history that can describe what happiness is. No one can describe these things because they're not things. Self-awareness is not a thing. You know, and so, you know, when you understand it from that perspective, that's truth. That's a person being brutally honest with you. Most people won't be honest with you, and their ego will take over that moment. Yeah, let me tell you what it is. I can give you my concept of it, and my concept will point you in the direction of truth. But no one can give it to you because, let me say it this way. The person who knows does not say. The person who says does not know. Sit with that. And when you sit with that, you'll understand what I'm saying. The person who says does not know, and the person who knows does not say. And the reason why the person who knows does not say, because the person who knows understands this. I can't put words to what God is. I can't put words to what you are. I can't put words to what self-awareness, love, and happiness is. I can't put words to these things. Now, I can allow my ego to take over and try to convince you about something that you cannot describe with words alone. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. No one can describe them. We can all experience these things, but how can I possibly tell you with my words what my heart experienced? How can I tell you with my words what my soul and my spirit experienced? I can't give you that verbally. No person can. But you got all of these people walking around that will tell you things, and when they tell you something, you're going to attach a belief to it, and then that becomes your experience. Now you're walking around, and here's what you got to understand. The moment that person told you whatever it is they told you, and because they seem to be a little bit more knowledgeable than you, they just took you out to the middle of the ocean and dropped you off. And that's where you'll remain. And you'll walk around with the assumption that you know already, and you don't. You aren't any closer to the truth than you were before you asked the question. See, when self-awareness kicks in, you stop asking questions because you understand that no person can answer your question because you are already the answer. No person.
No person can answer your question because you are already the answer. What would they be answering? That's why I tell my students all the time, I can't take you anywhere because you're already there. They're already where they need to be. I'm just helping them to uncover the roadblocks to the truth. I'm just helping them to uncover what's keeping them disconnected from their self-awareness, from their spiritual awakening. That's the most that I can do. I can love them. I can pour into them. I can be the force multiplier. I can be all those things. And as I'm giving them the information, they are unlocking themselves. The most beautiful thing in the world. They are unlocking themselves. Every time they choose awareness over their distraction, they are unlocking themselves. Every time they choose self-awareness over their procrastination, they are unlocking themselves. Every time they choose to believe in themselves versus allowing fear to dominate their lives, they are unlocking themselves. I just love them and pour into them unconditionally. That part will never stop. That's all they need. That's all they need. That part. They're already the truth. I can't add value to them. They're already they are value personified. They are belief personified. They're already the greatest versions of themselves, right? Because we talk about this all the time. You know, the greatest version of you and the weakest version of you both reside in you right now. It's your job to unlock that version of you, but you have access to both. Okay. Again, like the peach tree seed. When you take that peach tree seed, the entire tree is already contained inside of the seed. The whole tree. Everything that tree is ever going to be is in the seed. Everything that my students are going to be, they already are. It's already in them. I'm just helping them to unlock what's already there. Does that make sense? It's already there. I know that. That's why I don't give up on them. Because they may be looking at themselves from the perspective of the seed, because the seed doesn't see what it's getting ready to become. The seed has no idea. So the seed may be worried. The seed may be stressed out sometime. The seed may stop believing. The seed may be this. The seed may be that. I get that part from the perspective of the seed. I'm the farmer. I'm the farmer in their life. I already know what they're getting ready to become. So my job is to do what? Water them every day. My job is to do what? Love them every day. My job is to do what? Be the force multiplier behind them. My job is to what? Never give up on them, because maybe there may have been people in their past that gave up on them. That'll never happen on my watch. Never. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. They're already great. They're amazing. All of them. Amazing. Amazing. I only see them through their potential, not through their past. I don't care what they did yesterday. None of that matters. Doesn't matter. You got to understand that when it comes to self-awareness, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. It doesn't matter what you did in your sleep state. It doesn't matter what you did when you were disconnected from your divine essence. It doesn't matter. God is not scoring you based upon who you used to be. He's looking at you and he's waiting for you to become the self-aware version of yourself, because the self-aware version of you can do no wrong. Sin in awareness means that you were disconnected from him. And anytime that you are disconnected from him, he understands that you're going to make mistakes. He understands you're going to do some things you shouldn't do. He understands you're going to get into some things that you shouldn't get into. He understands that because you were disconnected from him. Sin in awareness simply means that you were disconnected from God. It has nothing to do with what the Bible's version of sin is. It means that you were disconnected from him. And anytime that you were disconnected from him, anything can happen. Anything can go wrong. You can become any version of yourself when you're not attached to him, but he knows that you didn't know what you were doing. You were asleep. You lack self-awareness. You didn't know what you were. The moment that you understand what you are, you'll never make that mistake again. The moment that he wakes you up, you'll never make the mistakes that you used to make ever again, ever. Why would you punish yourself for something that you did in your sleep state? Think about what I'm saying. Why would you punish yourself for something that you did when you were asleep, for something that you did when you were not awakened? He doesn't care about that. Now, when you become self-aware, all of the decisions that you made and the things that you used to be into and the things that you used to do before your awakening, you will never do them again. You'll have no desire for it. You won't have the taste for it anymore. He knows that. He doesn't care. The only one that cares is you. You keep punishing yourself for something that you used to be. Man, this is the present moment. Everything else is dead. Drop it. Let it go. I don't give a damn what you did. Anything you do when you are in your sleep state, anything you do when you are disconnected from him, anything you do when you are not awakened, he doesn't care about because he understands that you didn't know. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I would have never become this version of me. So many of you guys wouldn't be where you are right now had I allowed my past to dictate and determine my future. I made every mistake you could make, all of the failures, all of the setbacks, all of the wrong, everything wrong you could do. I did it twice. But what you have to understand is that he's taking you through what he's taking you through so that when you do become the most powerful version of yourself, you can appeal to everyone. I can talk to anyone. I can talk to a polar bear. I can talk to a person. I can talk to the strongest person in the world. I can talk to the weakest person in the world. It doesn't matter. I appeal to everyone. Why? Because he took me through it all so that I could speak everyone's language. The person that's homeless, the person that's rich, I can sit and talk to them both. And I won't look at them differently. I'll score them the same. You got to understand some of the things that you have gone through, he needed you to go through so that you could appeal to the people that are going to be an energetic match to you once you become the most powerful version of yourself. Stop looking at what you used to be and focus on who you are becoming. It's the only thing that matters. Give a damn about what you used to be. Yesterday's not holding on to you. Stop holding on to yesterday. Stop painting your today using yesterday's paintbrush. Because you're punishing you now. That's not a God problem. That's a you problem. That's not a universe problem. That's a you problem. He sent me to talk to someone this morning about that right there because you are stuck. You're too concerned about what other people think about you, and it's blocking you from your greatness. It's blocking you from becoming everything that he needs you to be. Focus on what he needs you to be. That's what you need to be paying attention to. That's where all of your energy should be going. What does he need me to be for him? Damn what the world wants me to be for them. Does God need me to be for him? And am I in alignment with what he needs me to be for him? That's the only thing you should be concerned about. Am I in alignment right now? Wait a minute. If God isn't judging you or scoring you negatively, why are you allowing someone else? You got the most powerful entity in human history behind you. And if he's not looking at you with a raised eyebrow, why are you worried about somebody else? How did this person get so much power that he or she is blocking the power that God put in you? Stop looking at yourself using everyone else's eyes. You never see yourself that way. You keep looking at yourself through the windows of everyone else. That's what's stopping you right now. That's what's blocking you. You're too concerned about what other people think. Damn what they think. Focus on what is his opinion of you. It's the only one that matters. What is his opinion of you? It's the only one that matters. I wake up every single day making sure I'm in alignment with him before I make sure I'm in alignment with anything else. Damn everything else, because everything else is only the extension or the byproduct of him. I need to be in alignment with him. And as long as I'm in alignment with him, I'm winning. The moment that I step out of alignment with him, I lose the game. I lose everything. The moment that I care about what someone else thinks, I lose everything. The moment that I'm chasing love, I lose everything. The moment that I think my happiness exists outside of me, I lose everything. The moment that I think that when I start adding people, places, and things to my life, I lose everything because I am everything. I'm the most powerful thing walking because my Father is, and I'm an extension of him. It's me and him. It's the two of us against everything. That's you. That's you. Stop focusing on group think. You're looking at your life through the filters of all of these people. It's just you and God. You don't understand that. You on a two-man team and you don't understand that. Just you and him. That's it. He the quarterback, you the wide receiver. He throw the pass, you catch it. That's it. You win the Super Bowl. But the moment you start worrying about what everybody else thinks, and I need this person to believe in me, and I need this person over here to choose me, I need this person to love me, you disconnected from him now. He's quarterbacking, you're his star receiver. Focus on the play, man. Because the version of him that you carry, no human being in history carries that version of him, and they never will. Focus on what you are carrying. That's the only thing that matters. Focus on what you are carrying. Yeah, 100%. Everyone. What's up, Coach? So good to see you. So good to see you, Digital Coach. So good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, what's up, Kia? So good to see you. Good morning. That part right there, Reese, that part right there, Mama, and to piggyback on what you're saying, everyone's experience is different. Not only is everyone's experience different, everyone is experiencing you differently. Think about that. 8 billion people on the face of this earth, give or take. And all 8 billion people have a different version of you that exists in their mind. So you can't even please all of these people. That's why you should always show up as the most powerful version of yourself. That's why you should always speak your truth. That's why you should always show up as the most authentic version of you, because every single person on the face of this earth has a different version of you that exists in their minds. No two people are seeing you the same. So every time you start pretending you're in alignment with them, every time that you don't show up as the most powerful version of yourself, you're in alignment with them. Every time that you don't speak your truth, you're in alignment with them. Who are you pleasing? You trying to please them or please you? You trying to please them or please God? Who are you trying to please? Because no matter what you do in life, I can promise you this. No matter what you do in life, somebody's going to always have a bad opinion of you. No matter what you do. If you're the most successful version of yourself, they're going to have some opinion about you. If you are the worst version of yourself, they're going to have some opinion about you. Oh, she ain't trying hard. She ain't doing enough. And then if you over here winning this, oh, he think he everything. She thinks she this. If you the healthiest version of you, oh, who she thinks she is, walk around here with her this and that. If you're an unhealthy version of you, oh, you need to get the gym. No matter what you do, somebody is always going to have something to say about you, man. Focus on who you are becoming. I'm telling you, stop messing with people, man. It's not a game that you can win, because you got to understand that most people don't like themselves. How they going to like you? Most people are unhappy with themselves. So how can they possibly be happy with your life if they don't like their life? I can't celebrate you because I don't know how to celebrate me. And every time I see you winning in life, it's a reflection of when I'm losing in life. That's why I project my envy onto you. That's why I project my anger onto you. That's why I project my unhappiness onto you as I package it in my fake smile and tell you how happy for you I am. And because you lack self-awareness, you think that person is really happy for you in that moment. No, your greatness is a reflection of everything that they are not. Your greatness is a reflection of all of the moments when they didn't show up for themselves. Your greatness is a reflection of all of the times when they quit on themselves. That's what it's a reflection of. So it's the average person cannot be happy for you because the average person isn't happy with where they are in life. This is spiritual common sense. Stop looking at yourself through the eyes of other people. It's the biggest mistake you will ever make in the history of mistake making. You never see yourself that way. You got to determine who you are and then stand on that. You got to determine what you are willing to accept or tolerate and then stand on that. You got to determine who you are becoming and then stand on that. You got to determine what you will no longer tolerate and then stand on that. You got to determine the level of belief that you're going to have in yourself and then stand on that. You got to determine how much you are going to love you and then stand on that, because that sets the blueprint for everything. And then become a master at removing everything from your life that's out of alignment with what you said. Period. That's how you become the strongest and most powerful version of yourself, because everyone doesn't deserve to have access to you. It's a privilege to have access to you because you are an original copy of God's best and highest creation. How can it not be a privilege? And if you don't think that it's a privilege, that's problem number one. If you don't think that having access to you is a privilege, that's problem number one. Because if you don't believe it, why would I believe it? And if you don't believe it, that means you don't treat yourself that way, which means that any person that you are adding to your life won't treat you that way, which is why the toxic relationships keep showing up in your life. Because if you don't have a powerful relationship with yourself, how can you expect to have a powerful relationship with someone else? If my relationship with me isn't off the chain, how can I expect it to be off the chain with someone else? I am the standard. I am the blueprint. It starts with me. It starts with me. Everything starts with me. I can tell you this right now. Wherever it is you are in life right now is a direct result of what you have accepted or tolerated throughout the course of your life. Whether you're on the top of the mountain, you're at the bottom of the mountain, wherever you are in life right now, it is a direct result of what you have accepted or tolerated, period. I don't even have to know you to know that. You can't live everyone else's version of life and still call it yours. let me say this. Whatever you do, and I'm saying this just in case there's somebody on here, this may be the last time you see me go live. If you don't remember anything else I say remember this, please. What I'm getting ready to share with you can change your life in so many ways if you implement it. You know, genius is not found in you acquiring information. You can acquire information all day long. It's only going to make you more knowledgeable. It won't bring you to genius level. Genius can only be found in the application of the information. That's what transforms your life. Some of you guys are just collecting information, and you watch this live stream and watch that live stream and watch this podcast and you watch that podcast, but you don't ever apply the information. You take notes, you do all of this stuff, but you don't apply anything, which means that your life doesn't change because you're not changing it. Genius is not found in you acquiring information. You can acquire information all day long. That only makes you more knowledgeable. What makes you powerful is once you start applying what you're learning. That's where the transformation happens. Okay, so freeze that thought. That part right there, coach. Application is everything. I became this version of me because I became a master at applying what I was learning. What's the point in acquiring information if you're not going to use it? What's the point? What's the point? And then you walking around quoting this person and quoting that person. You sound good, but your life isn't changing. Your life isn't changing because you're not the thing that you're quoting. You haven't transformed yourself into that version of you. You haven't become the information. The information is in your mind, but it's not a part of your essence. It's not a part of your being. All right, here we go. Let me tell you the biggest mistake that you will ever make in your life. And if it's not the biggest, it's one of the biggest for sure. Don't ever complain about your life. Ever, 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 and then put 1 million evers behind that. That's the biggest mistake you will ever make. Don't ever complain about your life. It's one of the most expensive mistakes you will ever make. Why is it the most expensive mistake, coach? Because the thing you're complaining about is lowering your vibrational frequency. The moment you start complaining, vibrational frequency gone. Zap. So you just became the weakest version of yourself. Which means that you are no longer an energetic match to the life you want. And you don't even know you're doing this to yourself. The moment you open your mouth to complain about some area or aspect of your life that you don't like, in that moment, you just lowered your vibrational frequency to such a degree that you have just become the weakest version of yourself. Motivation, gone. Inspiration, gone. Happiness, gone. Love, gone. That's too expensive. That's too expensive. Instead of you taking all of this energy to complain, why don't we invest that energy in removing the thing that you're complaining about? Doesn't that make more sense? Instead of you complaining about the thing, because the same energy that it takes you to complain is the same energy that it takes you to create. It's the same energy that it takes you to remove the thing that you are complaining about to begin with. I don't ever complain. I don't have time. I would rather take that time and energy to remove whatever the thing that is that I'm complaining about. Then the thing's gone. There's nothing to complain about. But we walk around all day complaining. And then you wonder why you stuck. Because you lower your vibrational frequency. You kill happiness. You kill joy. All of these things gone. You just became the weakest version of you. Now you have no motivation. Now you have no inspiration. Let me tell you exactly what you do. You jump on the phone and you call someone else. And you start, let me just vent to you real quick. And then you lower that person's vibrational frequency. So now you just become this toxic ball of lowering your own vibrational frequency. The worst mistake you will ever make, and no one ever tells us this, these are the type of conversations that people should be having every single day. You don't ever complain. Ever. Ever. Because your life is not the problem. Your programming and conditioning is the problem. The problem is not your life. The problem is the choices that you've made. The problem is the decisions that you've made. The problem is what you've accepted or tolerated. The problem is you not having a growth mindset. The problem is you not being self-aware. The problem is you not showing up for yourself. The problem is you accepting things in life that you shouldn't be accepting. That's the problem. Your life is not the problem. How you're moving through life creates the problem. So I'm the problem. I don't need to talk to anyone. I don't need to go over here and get coached up. I don't need to do anything. What I need to do is take myself, put myself in park, go out in nature somewhere, get away from the crowds, get away from the distractions, get away from the phones, go put yourself in park, and then look at what's no longer working in your life and become a master at removing what's no longer working in your life. But if you allow that thing to remain, just understand that you're choosing. Anything that you don't change, you are choosing. So if you're going to allow the thing to remain in your life, at least stop complaining about it. Because you're only hurting you. The worst mistake that you will ever make, the most expensive mistake that you will ever make is complaining about your life. That's the worst thing you will ever do. It's lowering your vibrational frequency. Motivation gone, inspiration gone, love gone. What's more important than that? Not only that, I'm no longer an energetic match for opportunities. I don't even see the opportunity because I'm operating at a vibrational frequency that's so low that the opportunity in the life that I want, I don't see it because I'm not operating on the same vibrational frequency as the thing that I want to attract into my life. Thank you so much for that, you guys. Does that make sense? I'm hurting me on every level, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. And it doesn't have to be something that you're doing verbally. You're complaining in your mind. Some of you guys are complaining right now. Yet some thought, something about your life that you don't like. No, become a master at changing whatever it is about your life that you don't like. Become a master at that. And if you're not going to become a master at changing the thing, at least stop complaining about it. That's all I'm saying. Stop hurting you. I'm not saying you got to change anything. I'm not saying you got to walk away from anything. I'm saying stop complaining. If you're not going to love yourself enough to walk away from the thing that you're complaining about to begin with, at least don't complain about it anymore. Just accept your reality, and that's just what it is. This is really one of the first steps to becoming the most powerful version of yourself. I just don't complain anymore. I'm not going to hurt me. I'm not going to punish me because that's exactly what you're doing. You release all of the negative feelings. Why? Because our emotions come through the windows of the stories that we create about what we don't like about our life. The moment you start telling yourself a story about what you don't like about your life, here comes all of the negative emotions. They ride the wave of the stories that you create in your mind about what you don't like. The emotion can't be there without the story. Humanly impossible. It's humanly impossible for you to experience a negative emotion without first telling yourself a story about what you don't like. So the problem in your life is you. That part right there, Nicole, truth is not... I hear truth pulling up in the parking lot, right? Woo, truth said, Coach, man, I need you to get out the way, man. Muhammad, look at Muhammad. Muhammad, Truth pulling up right now in that Ferrari. You know, Truth don't do no play. Truth's in the Ferrari right now, pulling up. Like, Coach, I need you to go have a seat somewhere in the corner, Coach. Let me take this live over because you playing. Yeah. Yeah. All right. But everybody understand that. Just let me say this. Just make a commitment to yourself, not to me, not to your family, friends, or whatever. Just from this moment moving forward. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. We'll let that go. But from this moment moving forward, just make a commitment to yourself. I'm just not going to complain anymore because it doesn't serve you. It adds no value to you. It's taking value away from you. So from this moment moving forward, I'm just not going to complain anymore. And if there's something to complain about, I need to shift my energy to removing the thing that's causing me to complain to begin with. And once I become a master at that, I become the most powerful version of me. And anything that you complain about 9 times out of 10 is something that you prayed for at some point in time. That's what's so crazy to me. We complain about the very things that we prayed to God about. Whatever it is you're complaining about in your life right now is something that you probably asked for at some point in time. But through hedonic adaptation, we get bored with things. We lose our excitement for things. We lose the joy for things. They no longer add value to us. And then we start complaining, never realizing we hurt ourselves. So God is looking at you like, I don't want to keep blessing you because every time I bless you, you turn around a month later and you complaining about the thing. You asking me to remove the very thing that you prayed for. Make that make sense. Look at how confused you got him. You asking me to remove the very thing that you prayed for months for. I bring you the thing. Now you praying to me to come get it. So he like, damn, I'm trying to bless you out. I'm trying to bring you everything. But every time I bring you something, you end up complaining about it. You're not happy about it anymore. You're bored with the thing. You're not grateful for it anymore. You don't show up like you used to. All of these things. What do you want me to do? My hands are tied here. What do you want me to do? I want you to be happy. But every time I bring you something to your life, you end up being miserable. About the very relationship that you prayed for, about the very job that you prayed for, about the very house that you prayed for, about the very car that you prayed for. You didn't. The moment that some problem shows up, even though the problem only exists in your mind, the problem is coming from the way you looking at the situation. But you won't go and become self-aware. So you praying to me to come fix the problem, never understanding that the problem is you. That's why he sent you here. So that the original problem can be fixed. So you understand that your problems does not exist outside of you. Your problems are coming from the stories that you create about what's happening outside of you. He's like, you need to go fix the real problem. Because you the problem, you don't realize it. You think that the problem is outside of you. The problem is coming from the way you're looking at the situation and the story that you create in your mind about it. And the fact that you keep obsessing over that same story, lowering your vibrational frequency, blocking happiness to present, disconnecting you from me. There's too much going on. I need you to go see Coach. We need to solve the problem called you. Because until we solve the problem called you, we're not going to get anywhere. Yeah, I was the problem too. Hot Taco, I was the problem too. I was the problem too. I was the biggest problem I might have been on the planet. I was the problem and didn't know I was the solution. So I wasn't looking for one because I didn't know I was one. I thought that all of the problems exist outside of me. Trust me, I'm right here, first person. I'm telling you. Self-awareness is a beast because it shows you who you are. It reveals you to you. You can't run from you anymore because you start to really understand that you are the problem, but you're the only problem in your life. You don't have any other problems. You're the only problem in your life. See, we don't understand that. That's what self-awareness is all about. We don't understand that. I'm going to tell you 2 things we don't understand. One, we don't understand what self-awareness is really about. So how can you discover what you don't even understand? And 2, self-awareness is all about master you. When you master you, you master the entire world. Master you. That's it. You win the whole game of life the moment you master you. Most beautiful thing in the world. The moment you master you, game is over. You hoisting up the trophy. The moment you master you, No one's ever told you that. You think the goal was to get the most money or become the most popular, or become the most famous, or have the most friends, or have the most this, have the best relationship, have the most beautiful kids. We think that the goal was somewhere outside of ourselves, never realizing and understanding you are the goal. You are the entire goal. There is no other goal. You are the goal. Every other goal that you have in your life is only an extension of the value that you bring to the moment. It's only an extension of the original asset called you. All of them. We trying to start this business out here, never understanding you are the business. We trying to chase this path and chase this person, never understanding that everything that you're chasing is in you. Everything you thought you were going to get from this person, you're carrying it already. When you solve you, when you solve the riddle called you, when you solve the puzzle called you win the game. There's only 1% of the people in human history that has ever won that game. 1% that mastered themselves. Why? Because everyone else was trying to master something outside of themselves. They were trying to master the relationships, trying to master their business, trying to master, popularity and becoming this person for that person and all these other things, never realizing and understanding that the entire goal was just you. If you master you, you master everything. And then not only that, when you master you, you become an energetic match. You see everything. You see everything. You don't take things personally anymore. Nothing has the power to hurt you. Nothing has the power to disturb you. Nothing has the power to do anything. You become the greatest version of yourself. What's the point in having $1 million or $1 billion in the bank? You don't have you. What's the point in having the most beautiful house on the park? You don't have you. Your life is in a mess. Truth is here. It's in a mess. It's in a mess because you create your own problems. It's in a mess because you create the depression. It's in a mess because you create the fear. You create the anxiety. You create the moodiness. You create the unhappiness. You create the sadness. You create it all. That's what makes it a mess. It may not be a mess externally. I'll give you that. But it's a mess internally. That's what matters. The prison is in your mind. It's not the one that's outside of you. It's the one that exists here. So you can have the $1 billion house, but your house is in a mess. Your mind is still in a mess. You can have the $1 billion lifestyle, but your mind is still in a mess. You're still producing all of the unhappiness. The money won't make that go away. The car won't make that go away. The beautiful or handsome partner won't make that go away. And the only thing that you're going to do is continue to try to buy your synthetic happiness because you're not happy and whole within. And so you keep adding more things to your life only to collect all of these things, to realize that I'm losing myself more and more and more every day. I've got all of the money in the world, but I'm depressed. I can travel anywhere in the world, but I'm depressed. Why am I depressed? Because I don't realize I'm the one producing it all. It's all coming from me. So I've got all the money. I've got the cars. I've got the house. I've got the lifestyle. I've got the beautiful and handsome partner. I've got the kids, but I just don't have myself. Got everything but you. Got everything but you. What an accomplishment to have everything but yourself. What a goal. What a goal. What a goal. That's something to be proud of. I got everything, coach, just not me. I'll go and have someone else put me back together again. I'll go and have someone else project some formula onto me. I'll go and have someone else place some medication, prescribe some medication to me. I have the life, coach. I just don't have me. And I'm so busy, coach. I'm so busy. I don't have time to study self-awareness, coach. I'm so busy. So you mean to tell me that you got time to chase the money? You got time to chase people? You got time to chase fame and popularity? You got time to chase the business, but you don't have time to catch you? So now I got to drink to take care of the voids in me. Now I got to do drugs to take care of the voids in me. Now I got to go talk to the therapist to take care of the voids in me. And that's more important to you. It's more important how your life looks than how it feels to you. That's what you're telling me with a straight face, that it's more important? I don't have time for me, but I have time for everything that my me created. Make that make sense. I don't have time to learn the asset, coach. I'm too focused on what the asset created. Make that make sense. You ain't got to make a lot of sense. Just make a little bit of sense for me. I'm more concerned about what the asset called me has created. I'm chasing those things so much so that I don't have time. And the moment that the asset breaks down, I take the asset to someone else. Even though I'm the solution, even though the solution is in me. It's not outside of me, it's in me. But I don't have time to discover that. So I keep breaking down and breaking down. I'm depressed one day, I'm happy the next. I'm miserable one day, and I'm projecting all of that onto every person you see. Because until you heal what's broken in you, you're going to be toxic for every single person that you encounter because you have no control over yourself. Are you in charge of the situation, or is the situation in charge of you? It's a simple yes. What is it? Until you heal what's broken in you, you are going to be toxic for every single person that you encounter. I don't give a damn who you're talking to, because you don't have control over yourself. Reality has control over you. The moment has control over you. People have control over you, and they have the power to shift how you feel, how you feel about yourself based upon their limited perception of who they think you are. It's interesting. And then you spend the rest of the day trying to change the story that they've created in their mind about who they think you are, because your ego is holding the steering wheel to who you are, and your ego never wants to be seen in a negative light. So you spend all of this trying to convince these people that you're a good person, never realizing and understanding their life is in a mess just like you. Whole mess. You talking to another mistake-making machine. You got one mistake-making machine trying to convince the next mistake-making machine that you're a good person. For what? That part right there, Sean Lynn, I love that. I love that. I love that. Come on, Reese, let them know. Your opinion of me is your business. It's none of my business. Your opinion of me comes from the unhealed version of you. The self-aware person understands that. The moment you judge me, it's coming from the unhealed version of you. And you're judging me because there's something in you that you don't like about you that I triggered when you saw me. That's why you don't take things personally. In that moment, when that person judged you, that's the energy that they were carrying. They were carrying that energy. You didn't create the energy. You don't have the power to create the energy. So whatever it is that person was dealing with in that moment had nothing to do with you. They gave you their energy. Come on, man, you got to wake up. The person only gave you what they were carrying. But because we lack self-awareness to such a degree, we're only focused on what they said, never realizing that, wait a minute, I didn't create what's in you. I just showed up. You're judging me from the unhealed version of you because my greatness triggered your wounds. That's why you judge me, because what I am a reflection of is something that you are not, something that you can never reflect in you. That's why you rejected me. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That part right there, D. No, you're not broken. But what I'm saying to you is that there's versions of you that are not healed. So when I say broken or healed or not healed, it's the same thing. There's something that's not up in alignment yet. Something that you still need to heal, right? So when I say if I trigger someone, right? When someone judges me, they're judging me from the unhealed version of them. It's still something wrong. It's still something out of alignment. There's still something broken in that person. And until that person heals what's broken in them, right? They're going to be toxic to every single person that they meet. That's just why you never take anything personally, right? Those two words are synonymous. Whether I say broken or whether I say unhealed, they mean the same thing. Something's out of alignment. Something's not working. Something's disconnected from reality. Something's disconnected from truth. Yeah. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Good morning for all the people just coming in the door. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You are the meaning of luxury. You are the meaning of luxury. Actually, we talked about that, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 lives ago, maybe, about luxury and what that means. The luxury is you. But not if we don't understand that. Not if we don't understand that. How can we be what we don't understand? Let me say this. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, yeah, luxury is you. You don't see that? Who sees that? It's okay if you don't. Who sees that? It's okay if you don't. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. My students know if they didn't get coached on it, I know I wrote something on it, but I know they got it. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. Where does all luxury come from? Think about it. It's coming from you. All luxury is coming from consciousness, which is what you are, which is what you are connected to. So someone went and created the Ferrari, went and created the Lamborghini, went and created the Mercedes-Benz, went and created the Rolls-Royce, went and created the fill in the blank. Somebody did that. But where'd that car come from originally? Where'd it come from? From mind. The mansion, from mind. The high-rise building, from mind. The 5-star hotel, from mind. All of Vegas, mind. You are the luxury. Everything else is only an extension or the byproduct of the value that you bring to the moment. There is no other value outside of you. All value comes from consciousness. All value comes from the human mind. Think about what I'm saying. Rolls Royces don't make people. People make Rolls Royces. Mansions don't make people. People make mansions. So when you think about it from that perspective, you are the luxury. I don't want to meet the Rolls Royce. I want to meet the man that created it. I don't even want to sit in the car. I want to sit with the man that created that. That's what I'm saying, because he's the luxury, not the car. The car is only an extension of the value that he brings to the moment. But that's everything in your life. But when you don't look at yourself from that perspective, you devalue yourself. Most of us don't see ourselves that way because we're too busy looking at ourselves through the rearview mirror of who we used to be. And so if you maybe haven't accomplished a lot, haven't achieved a lot in life, you're looking at yourself from your past achievements. And you're applying that to the present moment, and you're saying, I'll never be this, or I'll never be that, or I can never become a billionaire, or this, that, and the third, because you're looking at yourself using yesterday's eyes. That's the problem. Abundance is not something you chase, it's something that you are, but most people won't allow themselves to be it. Because we're too busy reminding ourselves about who we used to be. That part right there, D. But most people, we're so busy reminding ourselves of what we're not and what we don't have. We're so busy focusing on what's missing. We're so busy focusing on what's not there, who's not loving us, not believing in ourselves, that you don't become the luxury. You don't become it. That part right there, Serene, that part right there. All of what you guys are saying. Yeah, wait, that part right there, Stacey, waiting on someone else to save you, waiting on someone else to choose you, waiting on someone else to believe in you. So we never become the luxury. We never become that, which is the very thing that blocks us. Like I said, again, belief is the only thing you need. Unshakable, unwavering belief is the only thing you need. And most people don't have it. Our bank accounts are empty when it comes to belief. Our bank accounts are empty when it comes to faith. Our bank accounts are empty when it comes to unshakable and unwavering belief in ourselves. But full bank account full of doubt, bank account full of fear, bank account full of limiting beliefs. But it's on E when it comes to belief. It's on E when it comes to faith. It's on E when it comes to self-love. It's on E when it comes to all of that. That's what's mind-blowing to me. We tend to believe more in what we can't do than in what we can do. If I walk up to you right now and I tell you you're the greatest thing ever, you're the coldest thing walking, if I tell you that, you want to believe it. You really do. You want to believe it. But the moment that I leave your presence, you'll start poking holes in it. You'll start reminding yourself of who you're not and who you used to be and all of these other things. And then you'll be like, I wonder why Coach said that. I wonder what he saw in me. You'll start questioning things. But if I walk up to you and say, you're the worst person I've ever seen, you're the worst human being, you'll never be anything, we'll believe that more. And you'll cling to that belief. You'll keep that belief with you forever. It'll color your day, color your week, color your month. But if I tell you you're the greatest thing walking, you're the baddest thing walking, you question it. Poke holes in it. Start looking for all of the reasons why you are not that. That's what I'm saying. We tend to believe more in what we can't do than in what we can do. That's a programming and conditioning issue. Let me say this to you. I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing, but it's the truth. Yeah, a lot of that does come from the comparing. You're absolutely right. You said, do you need school for success? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There may be certain things that you will need school for. Like if you're trying to become a doctor, obviously you're going to need it for that. If you're trying to become a lawyer or something like that, obviously you're going to need it for that. There are certain things that you need to go get your credentials and certifications for in order to become. And it depends on what you're trying to become. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade. And I teach people with PhDs. I teach people with MDs. I teach people who are billionaires and millionaires. I teach these people, I coach these people every single day. And I run circles around all of them. Not some of them, all of them. Because I took the time to educate me. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to have someone else. Whether you're standing in the classroom having someone educating you, or if you make the choice and the decision to go and educate yourself, just educate yourself. Grow every single day. Everything in reality, everything in nature grows except for human beings. We are the only ones where growth is an option. In the 10th grade, I said, 10th grade, walked out. Walked out of that, walked into this. You know, it's like I said again, everything in nature wants to grow. It's just for us, it's optional. And I don't, which is mind blowing to me. I grow every single day. I run circles around who I was just yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, 10th grade, I'm telling you. So it's all predicated on, to go back to that original question, it's all predicated on who are you trying to become and what are you trying to do? Because that's going to determine what you need. And then, you know, burning desire. I have burning desire. And because I have burning desire, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to go get the information, find the people that already have access to the information. See, education is this. Education is knowing where to go, when and where to go to get the information that you need when you need it. That's what makes you educated. Knowing when and where to go to get the information when you need it. Where do you go when you need the information? Where do you go when you hit that roadblock? Where do you go when you hit that problem? Where do you go when you are not motivated? Where do you go when you're not inspired? Where do you go when you are not loving yourself? Or do you just put yourself in park? Because I know plenty of people with PhDs and MDs right now that are struggling in life, living check to check, barely making it. So that education doesn't guarantee anything. Especially when people are walking and getting thousands of them every single year. They're graduating some class. So it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder because more people are acquiring that because that's the only thing they know. So it's specialized knowledge, right? You've got knowledge, you've got crystallized knowledge, you have specialized knowledge, and then you have general knowledge. Specialized knowledge means that I know something that the average person doesn't know. I know how to take certain information, certain specialized information that certain people don't have access to, and I know how to apply that and build my life with that. That's what I'm showing you guys right now. This is specialized knowledge. It's not general information. It's not crystallized knowledge. It's not wisdom. It's specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge is what makes you valuable because, again, it's not something that people have access to every single day. But if you just acquiring information, then you're just going to be like everybody else. That part right there, D, that's the difference. I'm addicted to the process, which so many of you guys may not be. You're not falling in love with the process of who you are becoming. We talk about this all the time. There's only two types of goals. Goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation. Everything that I do is from a place of inspiration, meaning that I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing greatness. I'm chasing becoming the version of me that God created me to be. Whatever I get with that, I just get with it. If billions of dollars come with that, wonderful. If $50 comes with that, wonderful. I'm not chasing money. Some of you guys wake up and that's the number one focus. So you're creating goals out of desperation, meaning that you need this goal to work out because you need it to make a certain amount of money for you. Well, guess what's going to happen before you make it to the end of that goal? No motivation, no inspiration, no drive, no passion, which is why that goal is going to feel so heavy, which is why you're going to run out of energy, run out of gas, because you're only doing it to make money. You're not doing it because you're inspired by it. When you have inspiration, you don't need the alarm clock. You don't need the motivational speaker. You don't need that person to come pump you up in the morning to be the jumper cables to who you are. When I wake up every single morning, I wake the alarm clock up. 9 times out of 10, I stop the alarm clock before it even goes off because I'm so fired up and ready to go. That's the difference. Again, only two types of goals. Goals created out of inspiration and goals created out of desperation. What are your goals coming from? Because if they're coming from a place of inspiration, you're going to make it to that goal. If they're coming from a place of desperation, it's going to be hard for you. I'm not going to say it's going to be impossible, but it's going to be hard for you because there won't be any motivation, won't be any inspiration. You won't have that passion. You won't have that desire. You're going to get tired of the goal at some point in time. And now it's going to feel like it's going to be so heavy for you. That's why most people never achieve their goals, because they're coming from a place of desperation. There was something wrong in your life that caused you to create that goal. And that's the reason why you did it, because you only wanted to make money. It was always about you. Once you get in alignment with God, all of your goals are created from a place of inspiration. so you don't ever run out of gas. I never run out of gas. Never. I'm this version of me 7 days a week. But again, it's about falling in love with the process. You know, what self-awareness is about, fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the process. Self-awareness is not a journey. It's not some it's not some destination. It is a journey, but it's not a destination. Excuse me. And you got to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with the process. If you don't fall in love with the process of becoming the greatest version of you, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. Fall in love with the process. Stop placing expectations on when things need to happen and just get in alignment with growing every single day. If you're growing every single day, at some point in time, you're going to hit that goal. All right, let me give you guys this real quick. But again, here's what you have to understand. The greatest version of you and the weakest version of you, you're in possession of both right now. You're the only one that has the key to unlock that. The key to your future sits in your hand right now, right? The key to your future, the key to that future door sits in your hand right now. But let me say this to you. Every time you put someone else's needs ahead of your own, you lock the door to your future. Every time you show up small in your relationships, you lock the door to your future. Every time that you stop believing in yourself, you lock the door to your own future. That's what I need you to understand. You are both the key and the door at the same time, but you lock the door when you show up small. You lock the door when you don't speak your truth. You lock the door when you put someone else's needs and prioritize someone else's needs above your own. You lock the door. Some of you guys can't make it to the next level because you keep locking the door. And then you don't understand that version of, if you knew how you worked, if you really knew how you worked, you would never show up small. If you really knew how you worked, you would never not speak your truth. You would never shrink in the moment. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because you're trying to be tough. It's nothing to do with being tough. You don't understand that you're creating, your brain is always listening. So you're creating this new program in your mind where now you've got this version of you that shows up small. You got this version of you that doesn't believe in yourself. You got this version of you that shrinks during the moment. You've got this version of you. So even though that person may walk out of your life, you're still going to be an energetic match for someone just like the person that just left. Because you're vibrating and you're radiating from that version of you, not the version of you that you pretend to be, the version of you that you became when you were showing up small and not speaking your truth and walking on eggshells and all of these things. That's why you don't do it, man. Ain't got nothing to do with being tough. If I show up small, my future is going to be that. If I don't speak my truth, my future is going to be, I'm locking the door. Now, when I get to the future version of me, see, the reason why some of you guys aren't the most powerful version of you, because you only make decisions that benefit the current version of you. You're not making decisions that benefit the future version of you, so you put the future version of you in debt. In emotional debt, spiritual debt, mental debt. You're putting yourself in debt based upon decisions that you are making that only benefit the current version of you. So the future version of you is like, man, I ain't got a shot. I ain't gonna never be able to win. You keep coming to me, I don't have any resources. You coming to me, I don't have strength. You coming to me, I don't have confidence. You coming to me, you're not giving me anything to work with because you're only thinking about the current version of you and showing up small in the relationship and not speaking your truth and walking on eggshells, and then I got to deal with that. We can't lose, we can't win the game. And then guess what I'm going to end up doing? I got to take that baton that you just handed me, and now I've got to try to run and hand that to the next future version of us, and then I put that version of us in debt. Stop putting the future version of you in debt based upon decisions that the current version of you is making. That's stop right now. You got to stop that. There's no person in human history worth you showing up small for. There's no person in human history worth you not speaking your truth for. There's no person in human history worth you accepting less than you deserve for. Not one. I don't give a damn whose name you throw out there. There's not a single person worth that, because you're transforming yourself into a weaker version of you, which means that you will put the future version of you in debt. I'm not talking about financial debt. I'm talking about mental, emotional, and spiritual debt. That version of you is in trouble. It already lost before the game even started. You're like, I'm showing up with nothing. Come on, coach, man, you got to step it up, dog. You keep showing up. I don't have anything to work with. You ain't giving me nothing. You handed me a bag full of nothing. Nothing in it. Then you want me to go and build this life and create this life, and then you wonder why we stuck. You're not giving me anything to work with. Can you give me something? That makes sense? I'm telling you right. But see, D, that's what you're doing, mama. That's what you're doing right now. Oh, you cleaning up all of that right now. Through self-awareness, you cleaning it all up. See, that way when that future version of you was like, oh, she came with a bag full of everything. She came with the love. She came with the belief. She came with the resources. She came with the happiness. She came with the joy. She came with the self-awareness. She came with the emotion. Oh, I got everything I need. I'm going to go build everything. When I show up to the future version of me, the future version of me sitting on the couch. Because ain't nothing to do. I didn't already put the work in. There's nothing to do. I'm sitting on the couch, chilling, feet up and everything. There's nothing to do. Because I'm handling that now. Nothing to do. The decisions that you make will either pay you in the future or cost you in the future. Sit with that. Every single decision that you make today will either pay you in the future or it's going to cost you in the future. Just sit with that for a moment. Just let that sink in. You making decisions today that's going to cost you in the future. But again, you're so focused on what you're going to get from the moment that you're not paying attention to how it's going to tax you in the future. When you ignored the red flags, it's going to toss you in the future. When you showed up small, it's going to tax you in the future. When you shrank in the moment, it's going to tax you in the future. When you didn't speak your truth, it's going to tax you in the future. You're not getting away with anything. Only thing you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. That's all you doing. That part right there, Tina, we think we getting away with something. No, you didn't get away with anything. You so afraid to rock the boat that you don't realize that you didn't sink the future version of you. Yeah, you may not have rocked the boat in the moment, but you sank the ship later. Sank the whole ship. I didn't want to rock the boat, Coke, but then you sank the ship. Mr. Big, what's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? Let me say this to you real quick. Your growth is directly tied to how much truth you can handle without running away. Let that sink in. I said your growth is directly tied to how much truth you can handle without running away. How much truth can you handle? I said, how much truth can you handle? That's what matters. The more truth that you're willing to face about your flaws and imperfections, the deeper your transformation handle the truth about me. Because if I can't handle the truth about me, I'll run from the truth when it comes to everyone else. Think about what I'm saying. What do I mean when I say the truth? Let me tell you what I mean. I'm the problem in my life. That's the truth. I create my own problems. That's the truth. I create the fear. That's the truth. I create my own suffering. That's the truth. Sometimes I show up small. That's the truth. Sometimes I don't speak my truth. That's the truth. Sometimes I doubt me and don't believe in me and stop loving me. All of that's the truth. And guess what? As you're walking around and walking through life, we start adding people to our lives that have that same truth that you have. See, you can't start the transformation. What do we say all the time? You cannot change what you do not acknowledge needs to be changed. I said you cannot change what you don't acknowledge needs to be changed. So before I start adding all of these people to my life, man, I gotta live in my truth. You got people right now that are running from that truth to such a degree that they're running right into your arms. And all of what I just highlighted, they're getting ready to project onto you. Because they don't know how to deal with that. They don't even know that they're the problem. They don't know that it's a lack of self-awareness issue, a lack of emotional intelligence issue, a programming and conditioning issue. They don't know that. So how can I change what I don't even acknowledge? I ain't even started the process of trying to change. I'm gonna wait on you to change me. That's when I'll change. I need you to change me, never realizing and understanding that you don't have the power to change that person. But in the mind of that individual that you get ready to add to your life, they think you can. They think you are the solution. They think you are the answer. They think the happiness comes from you. They think the love comes from you. They think the joy and excitement and the entertainment and all of that is coming from you. Only to get into that relationship and to discover that you couldn't be all of those things for that person because they can only be that for themselves. So guess what? They left you. Oh, the relationship no longer makes me happy, coach. It never had the power to make you happy. Oh, my partner's always nagging me. No, your partner is a reflection of what's broken in you. See, but you don't understand that. You don't understand that. You blaming everyone else except yourself. How much truth can you handle without running away? How much truth? My life before self-awareness was in a mess. The most beautiful thing in the world, but people won't tell you that. They're going to walk up and tell you how perfect life is. And everything is going great for me. And I'm popular and I hold this degree and I go to this place. And, you know, I'm the CEO of this or the executive of that. They're telling you about the accolades. It has nothing to do with the person. Ain't got nothing to do with the person underneath all of that. And we get caught up on that. Yeah, I met somebody. He got this. She's got that. He lives here. She lives there. They make this amount of money. You're talking about all the superficial stuff. You ain't mentioned the person once. Who is the person underneath all of that? That's what matters. Who's the person that's carrying that all of that is piled on top of? Because we run away from ourselves. And so we start adding information to ourselves. We start adding a better body to ourselves. We start changing our this and changing our that. We're doing everything from an external perspective because we keep running from the pain of what's happening internally. So we buy more clothes and we buy more jewelry and we buy more cars and we buy more bags because I just need you to approve of me because I'm not approving of myself. I need you to tell me I'm great. I need you to tell me I'm successful. I need you to tell me I've made it because I don't seem to have the ability to tell myself that. So I need that external validation from you. Can you come tell me how amazing I am? In the moment that you tell me that I'm not amazing, I'm going to punish myself. I'm going to release the unhappiness, release the depression. Why don't they like me? Why don't they see me? Why don't they believe in me? Why did they not invite me? You have an internal issue and you're trying to solve it from an external perspective. You can't. You punish yourself every time someone rejects you. You punish yourself every time someone criticizes you. You punish yourself every time somebody walks out of your life. I don't know you, and I know that to be the truth. I don't even have to know you. Every time someone has some opinion of you that's out of alignment with what you think they should be saying, you punish yourself. You release the anger. You release the unhappiness. You release the frustration. You think it's coming from the person. It's coming from your reaction to the person. It's coming from the meaning that you attach to what they said. It's coming from the story that you created in your mind about what they believe to be true about you, even though what they believed to be true about you was only a snapshot that they had taken in that moment. But because it was out of alignment with your ego personality, you punished yourself. I don't have control over me, coach. That's your truth. I don't have control over me emotionally. Yeah, I got control over the career. Yeah, I've got control over the relationship. Yeah, I've got control over the kids. Yeah, I've got control over the house and the finances. I just don't have control over me. The most important thing, I'm not in control of the asset. Reality is holding the steering wheel to the asset. I'm the asset. You're the asset. Nothing should be in control of the asset. The asset should never seek external validation. It's disrespectful to God's power. The asset should never seek external belief. It's disrespectful to God's power. The asset should never go out and be afraid of anything. It's disrespectful to God's power. He created you to be the evidence. Period. I said he created you to be the evidence. That means you show up to everything you do as the strongest version of you. That means you speak your truth every moment of the day. That means you never shrink in the moment. That means you don't seek external validation. You don't need anyone to believe in you because you are belief personified. You are the evidence of everything that he is. A watch is the evidence that there was a watchmaker. A building is the evidence that there was a builder. A painting is the evidence that there was a painter. And you are the evidence of him. Stand in that, man. Because the moment you think you need something, you already lost the game. The moment you think you're not enough, you already lost the game. The moment that you are chasing love from someone else, you already lost the game. You are already everything. Whatever it is you're chasing from someone else, you already are. Nothing comes from anything outside of you. Everything comes from you. You just been programmed and conditioned to believe that whatever it is you're experiencing is coming from the things that you add to your life. False. We're going to stop telling that lie. Everything comes from you. Nothing comes from anything outside of you. Nothing. I said nothing. And they put a billion more nothings behind that. Nothing comes from anything outside of you. Nothing. Tell me one thing that comes from something outside of you. You're the greatest thing walking. You just let someone trick you into believing that you're not, because they're projecting all of their hurt and all of their limitations and all of their fears, and all of these things got projected onto you. So now you're confused. You don't really know what you are or what you can become. Because again, we're so busy listening to everyone else. That's why self-awareness is so important, because self-awareness is going to bring you in direct alignment with you and God. And once you understand that, once you meet the most powerful version of you, not only are you going to meet your purpose, you're going to meet God at the same time. It's going to be the most beautiful meeting you ever have in your life. The day you meet you, The version of you that he created, the fully self-aware version of you. The day you meet you, not only will you meet your purpose, not only will you understand why you were created, but in that moment, everything, all of the negative goes away. There's no such thing as negative or positive emotions. There's just your emotions, and they're designed to keep you in alignment. Everything is trying to keep you in alignment. Everything is working for you. There's nothing that works against you. The problem is you've been programmed and conditioned to look at everything as good or bad. It's the only filters you got. It's either good or it's bad. And anytime it's bad, you punish yourself. Even though what you call bad is what's leading you to your spiritual awakening. It's not the good that leads you there. It's the bad. We talk about this all the time. You get battles and blessings. That's the balance that you get. And even the battles that you receive in life, the battles being a metaphor for the obstacles, the suffering, the divorces, the pain that you go through, the failed relationships, the mistakes, and all these other things like that. Those are the battles. But it's the battles that lead to greatness, not the blessings. The blessings give you balance. But it's the battles that lead to your transformation. And the battles are actually blessings in disguise because they are infinitely more powerful than what you call the blessing. Infinitely more powerful. You becoming self-aware is infinitely more powerful than any title you carry, any label you carry, any degrees or certifications you may carry. Those are all worldly things. When you become self-aware, you become the spiritual version of you. That's the strongest version of you. The version of you that lives out of your me, that lives out of your ego personality, that lives out of your persona, that lives out of your reputation, that lives out of the mask that you wear. That's the weakest version of you. It's not your strongest. So if you've been operating this long out of that version of you and you've had some level of success, just imagine how powerful you're going to be when you become the version of you that God created, when you're fearless, no more fear, no more depression, no more unhappiness, no more moodiness and gloominess, no more placing expectations on people because you understand that the moment I place an expectation on someone else, I punish me. No more external expectations on anyone. Every expectation gets placed on me. And if I can't live up to it, oh well. I don't complain anymore. Complaining energy is weak energy. I understand that now. When you become the self-aware version of yourself, you become so powerful. Fearless. Coach, you mean you were not supposed to be afraid of anything? Nothing. What are you afraid of? What are you going to lose? What if you convince yourself that you can't be happy without? What would you be afraid of? Think about what I'm saying. All of your fears are a projection is a misuse of your imagination, number one. Number two, you're afraid because you're projecting something from a previous moment onto the current moment. That's what's producing the fear. The fear is there to let you go. You're not even utilizing me right now. You projected something from you. You don't want history to repeat itself. So you're looking at something that's happening in the present moment and you're taking some thought about something that happened in the previous moment and you're projecting that onto your reality. Boom, there goes fear. You said people judge, is that bad? People judge? I don't really understand your question, Mama. I'm sorry. Tears in heaven, I don't fully understand your question. Okay. Sam, my brother, what's going on? So good to see you. I finally caught you. Nothing to be afraid of. You don't have a reason to be afraid. You have nothing to fear. What are you afraid of? Afraid of what? We were created to be fearless. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's disrespectful to God's power for you to be afraid. Anytime that you're afraid, what you're signaling to God is that I don't trust you right now. I don't believe that this thing is going to work out for me the way you saying things are going to work out for me. That's the only reason why you would be experiencing the fear. Why else would you experience fear? If faith and fear cannot occupy the same moment. Faith and fear cannot occupy the same moment. So anytime you're experiencing fear, it's a byproduct of your programming and conditioning. Anytime you experience faith, it's a reflection of God. Pick a side, man. Pick a side. I'm going to either be standing on the side of faith or I'm going to be standing on the side of fear, but I can't do both. And anytime that I select my fear over faith, what I'm signaling to God in that moment is that I don't trust you right now with respect to this particular area of my life. I don't believe that it's going to work out for me the way that history has shown me, or that reality has shown me, or that you have told me that it's going to work out for me. I don't believe it. That's why you experiencing the fear, because you're trying to control something that you don't have the power to control. The future belongs to God. The present moment belongs to you. The only thing that you should be focused on is what version of me is showing up in this moment. Am I showing up small? Am I not speaking my truth? Am I showing up with greatness in the moment because your greatness personified? That's the only thing you should be focused on. What version of me is showing up in this moment right now? The weakest version of me or the strongest version of me, because you're in possession of both of them right now. Which version of you is showing up in this moment? It's the only thing that matters. See, let me tell you something about me. Whatever you bring to the present moment, it's going to reflect that back to you. You bring mediocrity to the present moment, it's going to reflect that back to you. You bring greatness to the present moment, it's going to reflect that back to you. The moment will only give you what you give it. So what are you bringing to the present moment? See, and when you stop focusing on these outcomes, you have an attachment to the outcome. That's what's causing your anxiety. You're too focused on how things are going to turn out. It's none of your business how it's going to turn out. What's your business is what version of me showed up. See, when I show up to the moment, I'm bringing greatness to the moment. I'm this version of me, whether I'm at the gym, in the relationship, it doesn't matter. I'm showing up as the greatest, strongest, and most powerful version of me, because I am the evidence of everything that my Father is. It's disrespectful to his power for me to show up as a weaker version of me, period. So I'm showing up as this version of me. And whatever the moment gives me, I'm rolling with that. If it gives me something that's reflective of my greatness, wonderful. If it gives me something that's above where my greatness was, wonderful. But I never complain about what I receive because I don't have an attachment to the outcome. Some of you guys are so attached to the outcome. What are they going to think? What are they going to say? What will people think of me if I start shooting videos? What will people think of me if I start going live? What will people think of me if you too worried about what people thinking about you? Just show up as the most powerful version of yourself. And whatever the results are, they just are. Damn the results. Focus more on what version of you did you bring to the moment. I never show up as a lesser version of me. Never. It's disrespectful to God's power. It's disrespectful to you. For me to show up as a weaker version of me, it's disrespectful to God's power for me to do that. It's just disrespectful. I don't focus on the outcome. The outcome doesn't matter. The outcome is only going to be the byproduct of what I brought to the moment. So why would I care? Show up to every single moment as the greatest version of yourself. Don't show up and shrink for anyone, because the moment you shrink for anyone, I just became a lesser version of myself. The moment you don't speak your truth, you just disrespected yourself. The moment you showed up small, you just disrespected yourself. The moment that you showed up and walked on eggshells, or you were afraid to rock the boat, or you were thinking something that you really wanted to say and you didn't say it, you disrespected yourself. I don't even worried about the person. I'm worried about the version of you that you became in their presence. Because we're going to have to deal with that version of you later. One more time. You just put the future version of you in debt. Not only did you disrespect yourself in this moment, but you put the future version of you in debt. We ain't got time for that. You mean to tell me that person is that important? When you getting ready to show up small, create some future version of yourself. See, this is what you don't understand. Every time I show up small, my brain is like, all right, you got a quantum computer sitting here. You got something capable of sending rockets to the moon, creating fully autonomous vehicles, have learned how to split the atom. You got a supercomputer sitting here, and you showing up small. Not speaking your truth. And it's creating all of these, it's recording everything. And then every time you see that person, it's going to reactivate that memory trace from that experience. And here comes the negative emotions again. Here comes the unhappiness again. Here comes all of the things that you felt in that moment. You mean to tell me that this person is that important to you? I see you, Cammie. Nothing is that important. You're too powerful for that. Nothing is that important. Some of you guys are stuck in life because you keep holding on to people that were never meant to stay in your life. I said some of you guys are stuck right now because you keep holding on to people that were never meant to stay in your life. And what's mind-blowing is this. Yesterday is not holding on to you. You keep holding on to yesterday. The toxic relationship is not holding on to you. You keep holding on to the toxic relationship. The disrespectful person is not holding on to you. You keep holding on. I keep telling you guys, everything in your life right now is growing. The toxic relationship is growing. You showing up small is growing. The procrastination is growing. You doubting and not believing in yourself is growing. Everything in your life right now is growing. The billion-dollar question is, are you? See, because we'll walk around, everything in your life is growing except for you. That's how we stay in the toxic relationships. That's how we hang on to things that have already hit the expiration date. That's how we end up allowing people to show us twice what they've already shown us once, because you're not growing. Everything else around you is growing, just not you. Because growth trumps fear. Growth trumps procrastination. Growth trumps your limiting beliefs. Growth trumps your programming and conditioning. It trumps everything. I became so powerful mentally that there was no room for anything else. There was no procrastination. There was no more limiting beliefs. There was no more fear. I changed my relationship with fear. Fear is one of the greatest things in the world right now. Most people don't know that because we don't understand how we work. We only understand how the things outside of us work. We know more about how the things outside of us work than we know how we work. You know how the car works. You know how the microwave works. You know how the refrigerator works. We just don't know how we work. That's why self-awareness is so important, because the moment you understand how you work, everything changes. Your life is a reflection in this moment of everything you have accepted or tolerated leading up to this moment. That's all you got to look at. So you either at the top of your mountain or you at the bottom of the mountain or somewhere in the middle. But wherever you are, it's only because of it's a direct reflection of what you've been accepting or tolerating. That should scare you or ignite you. So if you don't have the life you want right now, that's the only motivation you need. If you're sitting in a toxic relationship right now, that's the only motivation you need. If you don't have the body that you want right now, that's the only motivation you need. Because if that's not the motivation, where else you going to get the motivation from? All right. Yeah, and we talk about this all the time, Coach. You know, when you got to think about it, knowing where you're trying to go and knowing what's holding you back. In fact, I can make the argument that knowing what's holding you back is infinitely more important than knowing where you're trying to go. Yeah, it's important to know where you're trying to go. I'll give you that. It's important to know where you're trying to go in life. But it's infinitely more important to know what's currently holding you back. Some of you guys have, because if I don't let go of what's holding me back, I'm never going to make it to where I'm trying to go. So knowing what's holding you back is infinitely more important than knowing where you're trying to go. That's only step one. Step two is this: loving yourself enough to detach yourself from what's currently holding you back is step two. Because if I don't love myself enough to let go of what's currently holding me back, I'll never become the greatest version of me. Never. So before I can start focusing on where I'm going, I need to first focus on what's holding me back. You need to ask yourself that question right now. What is holding you back? Who are you uninterrupted? And most importantly, what's currently interrupting you? It's one thing to know who you are uninterrupted. It's another thing to know what's currently interrupting you. Most people don't know that. You don't know what the uninterrupted version of you is like because we're so used to having all these toxic people around us. I tell my clients this all the time. The best weight you will ever lose. It's not something that's going to happen from you eating clean and being in the gym. The best weight you will ever lose is letting go of the people in your life that no longer serve you. Cut that weight. Letting go of the people that never add value to you. Cut that weight. Letting go of the people that make more withdrawals from you than deposits. Cut the weight. And when you cut the weight of those people, you'll start to see your body changes. Your emotions will change. Your mindset will change. The best weight you will ever lose in life is not the thing that's going to happen to you because you're going to the gym. It's the thing that's going to happen to you when you start subtracting certain people out of your life immediately. Said your boyfriend doesn't value you? I can say something there, but I won't say it. I can say something, but I won't. All right. Empress was like, say it, coach. No. Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble. I'ma just go boop. All right. So real quick, yeah, that part too. Real quick, for all of the new people on the line, my name is Jordan Williams. I am a certified life coach. I specialize in self-awareness and self-mastery, just helping people to become the greatest, strongest, and most powerful versions of themselves. I am also the best-selling author of this book, The Secret of Awareness, How Powerful Are You Ready to Be? This book is a bestseller. It is a game changer. It's something that you definitely need in your arsenal. If your goal is to become the most powerful version of yourself, you need that. If you're not on that journey of becoming the most powerful version of yourself, you will not need this book. Self-awareness is something that finds you. You don't find it. You could read all the self-awareness books in the world. If God's not tapping you on that shoulder because it's time for you to wake up, the information just won't connect with you. So I don't want you to waste your time. If you're on that spiritual journey, if you know that there's some calling in your life, that there's something that you're supposed to be doing bigger than what you're currently doing right now, then the book is for you. If you're not there yet, don't even waste your money getting the book. And that's just me being real with you. That's number one. Number two, you're the problem and the solution. Bottom line, you are the problem and the solution in your life. You are the only problem, but you are also the only solution. There is no other solution. The solution doesn't exist outside of you. You are the solution. Now, you can choose to keep running from the solution. You can choose to keep placing your life in someone else's hands. You can choose to keep placing the keys to who you are in someone else's hands. You can do that. That's your choice. But I'm just here to let you know you are already the solution, and self-awareness is the answer. I tell you guys this all the time. God is the best therapist in the world. And the only medicine that he prescribes is called self-awareness. Nothing else. He's the best therapist in the world. He's the only therapist you'll need. And the only medicine that he prescribes is called self-awareness. There's no side effects to it. You won't become addicted to it. It's not going to hurt you at all. It's just going to require you to love yourself enough to put in the work. And it's sad to say, but some people just don't love themselves enough to put in the work. We want somebody else to do it. So my partners and I have created a community called Mindset Masters. And Mindset Masters is really just the embodiment of everything you've seen on this live. We teach self-awareness. We teach self-mastery. We teach emotional intelligence. We teach relationship mastery. We teach people how to become the greatest and strongest and most powerful versions of themselves. We teach BDM, which is billion dollar mentality, because it's really your attitude that determines your altitude in life. When you show up with the right attitude, attitude changes the way you see everything. It really does. And it's something that you can't really teach. It's only something that we can help you to unlock. That's what's so powerful about attitude. But here's the point not to be missed. So we've created the community called Mindset Masters, Kingdom Mindset, that part right there, Sefe. We've created the community called Mindset Masters because we have a purpose, goal, and a mission. And that purpose, goal, and mission is to bring self-awareness to the world. And we've been killing it when it comes to that. People's lives are being changed all around the world. I'm talking about every country. I think we're pretty much everywhere. In terms of what we teach and our impact and all of those things like that. No credit to us. It's not about credit. It's about you just unlocking yourself and becoming the greatest and most powerful version of yourself. Utilization and apparatus. We talk about this all the time. You know, apparatus meaning an instrument, utilization meaning to make use of. Turn me into an instrument for you. That's it. It's simple. You turn me into an instrument to unlock what's already inside of you. And then once you're unlocked, you don't need me anymore. That's it. It's so simple. You know, and so that's what I did with my masters and my mentors. I turned them into an instrument. I made use of the instrument. I applied the information that they were teaching me, and I became unlocked. It's very simple. Don't overthink it. So that's what Mindset Masters is about. You're going to also gain access to, so you're going to get 2 life coaches, 1 executive coach. You're going to gain access to all of my live streams, like the one you're watching now. And the great thing about that is that you can go back, you can rewind, you can hit pause, you can take notes, you can kind of relax and dissect the live stream and take what you want out of it. So you're going to have a ridiculous amount of live streams that you have access to. Also, I have a podcast in the community that most people don't know about because we don't market it on social media. You're going to have access to my podcast. What's the great thing about the podcast? It gives you the ability to be at the gym and listen, maybe be cleaning your house and you just want to listen, put your headset in, go out, a walk out in nature and just be listening. That's where it really is going to hit you. If you go out in nature and you're kind of just listening to that, whether you're walking on the beach or wherever you may be, the podcast is really going to hit you because your environment has changed and the environment really impacts what you're hearing in that moment. So that's a good way to use the podcast. Not to mention, I write multiple times throughout the day. So you're going to have access to all of that. The community is amazing. It's positive. It's all love. There's not a fiber of negativity in it. And everything you need to transform your life and become the greatest version of you is in that community right now. And you get all of that for literally $1 a day. And we priced it that low for a reason because it wasn't about self-awareness. Shouldn't be something that's just for the super wealthy or for people that are financially just on some other level. You know, it should be for everyone. So we wanted to make sure that the kid working at McDonald's could afford us. We wanted to make sure that, you know, the young lady, you know, working at the Starbucks could afford us. It shouldn't be something that no one can afford. It's $1 a day, literally. No contracts, no obligations. You get all of that. You're going to become the greatest, strongest, most powerful version of yourself, and it only costs you $29 a month. And it may only take you 1 month. It may take 2 months. It may take you 3 months. You disconnect from the community whenever you got whatever it is you came to get. You can disconnect from the community at any time. You're not locked into some long-term contract like your cell phone contract or whatever. So having said all of that, type me in the comments right now. If you guys are ready to start the journey in the process of becoming the greatest version of yourself, just type me in the comments real quick. Let me see. But if you don't have a burning desire, then please don't waste your time. Because you got to bring desire. Desire is the one thing that I can't give you that. I wish I could. I promise you, I wish I could. Another thing real quick, once you guys get signed up today, you're going to get a free copy of the book. Okay, so when you sign up today, you're going to get a free copy of the book. But what's important to understand, I need you guys to hear me because, so Coach Sonia, she's inside of the community, Sonia Garza. What I'm going to need you to do is once you sign up inside of the community, send her a direct message and send her your email address and she'll get you a copy of the book today. Lastly, somebody pin it. So just copy and paste that. Hold that link down, you guys, for like 3 seconds. Copy and paste that in your browser. And then once you copy and paste that in your browser, it'll take you to the sign up sheet and you guys will be ready to go. Yeah, Alexia, yeah, you're right. The books, I'm telling you, the book is, The book is fire. Like, I'm not just saying that, like, the book is, what's crazy is I don't even talk about the book anymore. I only talk about it when I'm closing out. I never talk about it. For that book to be what it is, I don't spend any time talking about it. So yeah, just copy and paste that link, put it in your browser, and it'll take you to the sign up page. It's gonna probably take you a minute, and then you guys are gonna get the book today. Yeah, the book is, I'm a reflection of the book. I became the book. It's really what it is. I'm just a reflection of the book. But that's what I tell you guys, like, you know, become the book. You don't want to read it, you want to become it. Because once you become it, it's something different. "1,000 summers with you is not enough." Oh, that's dope. Tears in heaven. Thank you, mama. Thank you. Yeah, nephew, I'm going to get on you. Nephew said, "I'm reading it now, coach. I'm sending them pit bull puppies at you. 2 of them. Yeah, but the book is, again, the book is about you. It's not about me. Muhammad, my brother, I appreciate you. Yeah, it's the book is about you, not me. Any questions you guys have relating to the, thank you, Queen. Any questions? Do you guys have any questions regarding community related before I disconnect? So you just now noticed my tattoos? Yeah, you just noticed. Yeah, absolutely. Lessons of blessings. Yeah, absolutely. I see you, D. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys back on here tomorrow. Stay prayed up, stay powerful, stay blessed. Again, I will see you guys. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing too. If you guys are signing up inside of the community today, make sure that you watch the community tutorial, because it's kind of give you a walkthrough on where everything is inside of the community. So please, I see you, Nicole. I see you, Mama. So make sure you guys watch that. Trina, I see you. Other than that, you guys stay prayed up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. Stay prayed up.